What thingamajigger? We right here. We on our way to see Godzilla. Nobody wanted to do a before video. You know what I mean? We about to go here. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me?
Why is Domino's?
I don't know. Somebody ordering pizza for the movie theater. All I know is I've been pumped for Godzilla since I heard this mug come out. I've been waiting since Endgame to get here. Let's go. You got anything you want to add? Am I the only hype one? Am I the only hype one? Let's go. Let's go, Joe. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, world? Welcome back to another episode of Clark Reviews. It's your boy Donovan. So if we sound a little different, it's because I'm using my old mic. I'm having some technical difficulties with my new condenser mic. I do like that because it does cancel out a lot of background noise. So if you hear the NBA Finals or my son acting a fool in the background, please ignore it. But we're here today to take a few minutes of your time to do a review of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, I do have to say, I didn't tell her about this, but this is going to be somewhat of a spoiler review. Spoilers should be popping up in flames right about now because it's Sunday night. See, look, I'm hitting the mic already. See? Majority of people have seen it on opening weekend, so I'm going to do some spoilers. But I will. You go first. Tell us what you thought of the movie, Novi. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say something.
I was kind of mad. Like, I forget when they had to put that nuke when he was regenerating.
She jumping right into spoilers. She jumping right into the middle of the movie. This is her first time, apparently.
Yep. When they had to put that nuke when he got messed up, they had to put that nuke and that other guy went down there and sacrificed his life, and they probably messed up his home. And I don't understand, you don't either, how he just popped on like, I'm jacked up on Mountain Dew, like he said.
So she jumped right to the middle of the movie, okay? Let me give you a little bit of context, all right? First of all, for myself, I think I made the same mistake that I did with Batman vs. Superman. Like, I've been hyped up. I was hyped up for Batman vs. Superman for like 2.5 years. I've been hyped up about Godzilla King of the Monsters for about 1.5 years now. Okay? A long time. Maybe closer to a year. It was a very good movie. I think we agree that it's a solid B+, right? It's a solid B+, borderline A-. Here's why, okay? Me personally, I don't care about the human story. I know a lot of critics are like, hey, the human story isn't that good, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever really seen a Godzilla movie? I said this before in some of my trailer reactions or even my reviews, my comments on the reviews that was being released by critics. Nobody really cares about the human story, right? They are literally there to get you from point A to point B. Some of the stuff was cheesy in terms of their dialogue. Some of the stuff did sound rehearsed. Like there was a moment when, like she was saying, Ken Watanabe's character was going to sacrifice himself, and the other little Asian girl was like, "Are you sure there's no way else?" I was like, "Come on, for real? That's what you're gonna? The man is about to die, and that's your way to show concern." But also for me, I was watch your feet, Novi. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. They were. I watched a few non-spoiler reviews like Jeremy Johns and I don't think I watched Behind the Trailer, but they was like, oh, it's all kaiju, it's monster porn, right? So I went in there thinking it was non-stop action. It's not non-stop action, okay? There are a few laws when they go to the human side that do have a tendency to get boring, but the monster action was superb. I will also say that the CGI does look better at some points in the movie than others. Specifically, like when she says, spoiler, they go down and I guess we can call it Godzilla's lair, or where he goes in the Hollow Earth. It's like an old civilization. He's soaking up, nuclear or radiation up the hill because him and Ghidorah was fighting, and the army sent the oxygen destroyer in it. Ghidorah got out of it, but Godzilla took the punishment because he's from Earth, right? The oxygen had more effect on him, the oxygen bomb. It's supposed to destroy anything in a 2-mile radius. Um, when he was down there, he he came up real fast after Ken Watanabe set the bomb off, and he was like, "Hey, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew." Like he was pumped. He got up. He recovered fast. But my thing is, that shot with Godzilla coming out the water, that was the most crisp, detailed CGI in the whole movie. I wish he looked like that throughout the entire movie, because after that, you can tell some scenes where it looks a little rubbery. Not really rubbery, but I say rubbery as an example, like how in the final battle of Black Panther, how the characters look rubbery when they was running. You know what I mean? There was a lot of action. I wish they would have showed Mothra more. At least gave her some. I mean, she had an important role, but I wish she would have had more action. I wish Godzilla and Rodan would exchange a couple blows, because Rodan only went at Ghidorah, and then it became his servant. Rodan is literally the punk of the movie, because he serves whoever is the strongest. Like, he's like Starscream on Transformers, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, hey, master, what can I do? Ghidorah was sweet. He was tearing everything up. It's definitely a disaster movie, because Isla de Mora, the fictional Mexico City, is destroyed from Rodan. Washington D.C. is destroyed, and Boston's definitely destroyed because you got some burning Godzilla. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. The final battles were sweet. You know, there was a twist with the human element with Vera Farmiga's character and her daughter, who Millie Bobby Brown. There was a slight twist, but Millie Bobby Brown, they rebound, which you expected that to happen when you release Ghidorah. He starts destroying everything. But Ghidorah and Godzilla were going at it. I did expect it to be a little bit more one-sided, but they were exchanging blows. If it wasn't for the oxygen destroyer, Godzilla probably would have got him, because he tackled him into the water. I would have loved to see some more of that underwater fight. I also would have loved to see more of burning Godzilla at the end, like kind of picking Ghidorah apart a little bit more instead of just disintegrating him. You know what I mean? There is an end credit scene on there. I won't spoil that for you, but there is an end credit scene, and there's not a mid credit scene, but there's a whole bunch of newspaper headlines with how the Titans that got awoken and Godzilla and other ones are affecting the world. The only Titan that I recognized was the Mutos from the first Godzilla. The other ones was like I'll let you see for yourself, but I'd never seen them before. You know what I mean? Anything? Am I missing anything? Nothing?
I think so.
I would go back to the theater at least one more time and watch it, because my youngest crewmate fell asleep, but I still was able to enjoy it. But this is the type of movie that I would run rabid on digital. Like, I would watch it over and over again. It's the perfect movie to watch at home when you ain't got nothing to watch. It's a good popcorn movie. It's a kaiju fighting action movie. And like I said, it's pretty much a disaster movie from the two cities. It's not like 2012 disaster where they're destroying the world, but the cities are getting demolished. Worse than the first one. You know, you don't got the build up for this one. Like, they heard it, and there's a lot of not just Godzilla, there's a lot of them in there. And Godzilla is the king in this one. But no, I would give it a solid B+, borderline A-. There's a few things I would tweak. You know, you can't really help cheesy dialogue in a freaking kaiju movie or monster movie, you know what I mean? It is my favorite Godzilla movie, though. You know, but it's my fault that I expected more, because I got myself hyped up and I listened to other people non-spoiler before. But if I watch again, I think speaking of Batman vs Superman, I think this is one of the movies, the more I watch it, the more I will like it and notice more things. They do tease Kong in there, and like I told you guys before, if they do Godzilla vs Kong and they have Kong beat Godzilla, I'm more than likely going to walk out of the theater. I'm at least going to take a lap, because I'm going to be pissed off. Because there's a line at the end of the movie with a little Asian girl. And speaking of her, there's a lot of Easter eggs from the old Godzilla movies. And the music's in there. And the Godzilla movie music is in there. And it's updated. And it sounds very good. But there's a line she says. One of the guys say, I'm glad he's on our side. And then the Asian girl says, for now. So something's going to happen in Godzilla vs. Kong to where they're going to make Godzilla the bad guy. Now he's been crowned king. Something's gonna happen, and they're gonna be like, who can defeat him? And they're gonna go get a supersized Kong to fight Godzilla, and Kong and the army are gonna gang up on Godzilla, and they're gonna have Kong win. And the director already said there's gonna be a definitive winner. And if it's Kong, I'm gonna lose my mind, because there's no way in hell that Kong can beat Godzilla. He has no answer for atomic breath. And you mean to tell me everything he just went through, he's gonna lose to King Kong? But don't give me that apes are intelligent crap. I don't want to hear it. Godzilla's millions of years old. He has plenty of battle experience. He's the balance in these movies. All right, I don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. Anything you want to add, teammate, crewmate?
Mothra looks so pretty.
Mothra was very godlike and majestic and pretty. I just wish she had more screen
When they
time.
first saw her, I thought it was the sun for a second because she was
Her
so
god
bright.
race. Her god race.
What is it?
Oh, and the character to me that had the best entrance was Rodan. So just the way the scenes were shot, the cinematography of it, him coming out that volcano, the way he looked with the lava, and what they show the helicopter going towards him. Rodan had the sweetest intro. He really did.
Everyone was just standing there looking at her like, run.
Yeah, run, get out of there. They're
They
trying to
was
evacuate
running-
the city.
They was running before he came out of the volcano. Heard a sound lip, just watched him come
Yeah.
out of the volcano. And
Every-
then when he starts flying towards him, he's like,
Yeah, everybody was astonished what was happening, and then they ran too late. But I can't lie, I would be in awe too. But you gotta go. You know what I mean? You gotta run. You can't watch him come out the volcano and then run, because it's crazy. You know, I was watching that. I was like, I don't know if the physics of this adds up. How is something that big and damn near half they're made out of lava flying? But they did it, and he was sweet. He had the best intro, and he went right at Ghidorah. He didn't win, but he went right at Ghidorah. You know what I mean? But Rodan had the best intro. Ghidorah's was, I thought it'd be maybe just a little bit more scary, and Godzilla just kind of showed up. Mothra's really didn't do anything for me. It was just kind of real majestic, and you look up in the sky with the bright ass light. But Rodan's was dope. I will give him that, even though he's a little punk in the movie, throughout the whole movie. But yeah, I mean, B plus, A minus. I like it. It's my favorite Godzilla movie. If you're a Godzilla fan, you understand the genre, you like kaiju, you like Pacific Rim, you're gonna love Godzilla. Don't listen to the critics. They don't know what you're talking about. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's at 40% on Rotten Tomatoes for the critics, and everybody wants to go to that aggregate website and look at crap. Look at the fan score. The fan score is at like 88%. People like Godzilla, and I think it won the box office its opening weekend. One of our favorite parts, to where like all the Godzilla movies I've seen, I've never actually seen him swimming in water like or the ocean, is that when it was like their underwater observatory, they knew Godzilla was approaching, and they put down the shields, and the dude was like, open them up, and they did it, and Godzilla was in there in the black water with his eyes and his spines lit up, and every time a pulse went down because his spines were lighting it up and it lit back up, he appeared in a different area, and then he did it again. So like visually, that was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Like, I thought that was really dope. What'd you think, Novi?
like, I thought it was gonna be really like scary, and it kind of was.
She jumped though. She jumped because he swam away at the end, and she jumped.
I jumped. I knew it was coming.
She's like, "Oh my god!"
I knew it was coming.
Oh!
I knew it was coming, but I still jumped a little bit, like my arm twitched or something. It was just a
No,
muscle.
her whole body.
No,
Oh.
my muscle just twitched. Like, but anyways, I thought it was gonna be like a scary movie. I was just going, boom, and it's gonna be like right in front of you.
It was dope though. Just the black and the blue lighting up. It was pretty sweet, for real. No lie. So, if you enjoyed our review for Godzilla King of the Monsters, let us know in the comment section down below. While you're here, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If we get a notification that you subscribe to us, we'll subscribe to you. Until next time, y'all take it easy.
Peace.
Game recognized game. Peace.